Come on, you dumb son of a bitch. Alright, in all reality, I just thought this was funny, and I wanted to start the video off with this because it's kind of the story of our lives, right? Seeing AMC getting a nasty pump off the market open, and you're just like, come on, you bastard, this time. Come on, just keep going. Alright, guys, let's start the video off with the two tweets that came out from our CEOs, Ryan Cohen and Adam Aron. Ryan Cohen tweets, in quotes, "I don't understand why people don't want to get rid of pigeons. They don't bother me." A quote from Mike Tyson, which is slightly more badass than what our CEO Adam Aron put out. Great news, along with Taylor Swift's movie, AMC's new Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, opened at #1 domestic box office this weekend. Great fundamentals for AMC. Ryan Cohen's tweet, another quote you could take from Mike Tyson, is everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, which is exactly the quote that we should be telling to short sellers who shorted GameStop. If you guys have some sort of tinfoil hat theory as to what Ryan Cohen's tweet actually meant, drop it in the comments down below. And hey, short sellers are continuing to lose billions of dollars, so if your portfolios aren't doing the hottest, let this be a reminder to you. We got a lot of stuff to cover in today's video. All I ask you guys to do is hit the like button. It helps me out. It's free. It's one tap on your laptop.
All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in now. Hey, just tap it in.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
You could just smash your face into it if you really want to, if your hands are tied. I know a lot of you guys like to watch my videos with your hands tied behind your head and all that weird stuff. But all seriousness, subscribe to the channel, join us on the journey to financial freedom, hit that notification bell, let's get into it. So short sellers see $80 billion hit as November rally upends bets, and they continue to lose money into December, which we saw plenty of articles about losing an additional $45 billion, so on and so forth. Now, Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, had a $22 million opening, which is absolutely great for the fundamentals of AMC. The next thing I wanted to cover, over the weekend we talked about that huge price target by analysts coming up to around $650 on AMC, which is a 9,000% gain from where we're trading at right now. I want to cover more analysts expecting AMC to be at $36 by 2035, which is extremely low, but it's up 435% from where we're at now. And I don't want you to take that price target as being literal. I want you to take it as even where AMC is trading at right now, analysts are basically saying it is undervalued, right? Even if they're not talking about a squeeze, even if they're not talking about tens of thousands of percentage gains, they are basically letting you know it is undervalued. Now, I do want to touch on the charts, taking a look at AMC. Be careful right here. It's forming a head and shoulders, fighting resistance at $7. This is what we're tracking. We're looking for that gap up in about a week or so on AMC. Coming into this green box, this green zone, right? I assume AMC is going to hit $8 at least by mid-December. But of course, if this head and shoulders plays out and we find a lower low, then we are going to have to reevaluate. Overall, this is what I see on the chart. As of right now, I am slightly more bullish based off of what we're tracking from back in January of 2021. Now, AMC has 4.7 million shares available to borrow against it. Call to put ratio, 4,000 calls expiring in the money compared to 11,000 puts expiring in the money and 133,000 calls expiring out of the money. Sucks. You're helping market makers by grabbing puts on your favorite companies. First of all, I don't like to grab puts on AMC just because I know how strong the community feels about that. But I do like to make some money on GameStop puts if I can, this and that. But I do still add my shares when they get down there. If they're going to drop the price anyway, might as well make money off it. And you're actually helping them more by purchasing calls and handing the premium, right? The market makers are writing these contracts, giving you these contracts, taking the premium, and you're losing on the contracts, and they're keeping that premium. Hopefully you guys understand that. Now, short exempt volume extremely high, 238,000 for December 1st. We haven't gotten today's reported, and GameStop has earnings coming up. This is one thing I wanted to cover. GameStop is going to go lower. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's up 4% on the day, touching $16, getting rejected. However, it touched this demand zone once again, dipped its toes in and came back down. We said watch for another test on that. It will have more strength. A second test is always a good sign. If these cycles are invalidated, then I could be wrong. We're going to smash above that demand zone and potentially get a mini squeeze or the legit squeeze, right? However, previous earnings based off of where we're trading at right now, the bars patterns historically show that GameStop is going to sell off on earnings, okay? Earnings December 6th, 2023, which is this Wednesday. Get ready for earnings, guys. In my opinion, GameStop is going to sell after hours, and earnings And if I'm wrong, you can roast me in the comments the next day, because I know you guys are going to anyway. Overall, GameStop, 55,000 shares available to borrow. Call to put ratio actually looking decent on the options chain. 11,000 calls expiring in the money compared to 1,800 puts, and 55,000 calls expiring out of the money. If we do run on earnings, then you are going to see a little bit of gamma ramp to the upside. But why would they let this thing run on earnings when they didn't even let it break past that $18 level, that $17 level really, dropping 261,000 short exempts on it, which is greater than AMC for the same exact day, and GameStop has much lower on a daily basis. Now, bank credit is contracting. This happened back in history during the 2008 financial crisis. So when everyone tells you that everyone is doing just fine and it's all sunshine and rainbows, it's not. And Evergrande, is this thing just ever gonna fail? Is this thing ever gonna cause a black swan? Is it ever going to collapse? I feel like we've been talking about Evergrande collapsing for 2 years now. The bankruptcy hearing for Evergrande has just been delayed until January 29th of 2024, and lawyers request an additional time frame for restructuring talks with creditors, and the court says this is likely their last chance, which is a bad sign, but a good sign. The creditor group firmly rejected the latest proposal in court and seeks majority controlling ownership of EG and its subsidiaries and an electric vehicle division. CCP banks have dumped 507 billion USD or 4 trillion RMB into the top 100 RE developers in the last several months to delay the collapse of their markets, and China has whistled 50 more developers to receive an additional 180 billion USD in loans, and still, these measures have failed to reverse the slumping RE sector. Land investment in China has dropped an astounding 88% year over year as private developers have all disappeared from land acquisitions. Price of homes also declined at the fastest level in 9 years and have fallen for the last 5 months consecutively. Now, 2 bank executives with China's severely insolvent Shanghai Bank have gone missing just days after CCP launched a federal investigation into illegal crimes at the shadow bank. So somebody is trying to avoid going under. Global banks own bonds in both Evergrande and in Shanghai's subsidiaries to the tune of well over $1 trillion. Does this mean a financial collapse this week? No. This means the global economy is in a world of trouble because these banks are all interconnected with their liabilities, leading to market volatility and potential margin call situations on heavily shorted equities and assets. Liquidity is tightening. This is the too long didn't read. When central banks print more money to bail out these banks through loans and repo operations after the RRP is drained, this will cause even more inflation while the global economy stagnates. Stagflation. So the Fed is nowhere near a rate cut. Now, this is a theory, but you can see that banks aren't doing well, and the collapse of Evergrande is going to shatter several different areas of where money was moved around to. Breaking news, the Bank for International Settlements is warning that clearinghouses that hold over $1 trillion in liquid assets may exacerbate periods of financial stress. The researchers also concerned over clearinghouses' $600 billion holdings of government bonds. I pulled up the squeeze radar today and I took a look at different plays, and I saw XELA look like it was about to get a pop, made a nice little scalp on that, and a lot of tickers may squeeze coming into 2024. And if you want to know my trades as soon as I take them, quick break, make sure to get in the Discord. The link is right under the video. Cheapest Discord on YouTube, best vibes. There's no reason not to get in, whether you're a beginner or advanced trader. It's basically a huge group chat of people who talk stocks and crypto all day long, post their gains, post their losses. Plus, we have options trading alerts in there. Get in the Discord. It's right in the description or pinned in the top of comments. And if you are thinking about it, press the link and watch the trailer, and maybe that'll get you to join. Also, guys, if you want up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2 grand per stock, so a chance at $30,000. Use my link in the top of the description as well as pinned in the top of comments. Sign up for Moomoo, make a deposit, and you will start earning benefits from there. Takes 2 minutes out of your day, guys. Plus, you're earning 5.1% APY on your uninvested cash. So if you've done it already, send this video to a family member and tell them to press the link, sign up, and make a deposit. Also, guys, we need 1,000 followers on the new TikTok that I have created. So if 50% of you or so, or 20% of you guys go follow that, it would be greatly appreciated. Let's get 1,000 followers so I can link the YouTube in the top of the TikTok description. Now, a market warning. The SPY is trading at 454.44, down 1.02% on the day. Historically, Decembers do not play out very well. Towards the end of December, the SPY usually hits a relative low. I'm looking at 449.50 for that low to come in on the SPY. Now, before you guys are like, lottery stocks, the Santa Claus rally. Guys, go look at the chart. I know there's a Santa Claus rally. I'm not saying the SPY is going to stay low, but go look at the chart. This could very well be invalidated, and we could get a bounce off of the macro trend line, which you could be seeing right now as we speak, and that would be a solid thing to see for the SPY. I just want to let you guys know I am in SPY puts. If you want to know the exact strike as well as the expiration date, I drop it in Discord. But overall, looking previously historically at December cycles, usually negative for the first half at least of December, or getting a bounce and then being worse for the second half of December. Worst case scenario, 448.50 on the SPY. Overall, dipped our toes in this box, touched the top where we talked about before getting a retracement, and we could finally see that retracement coming in. You guys let me know your thoughts on the SPY in the comments down below, plus some things that will affect the SPY are right here. We talked about it in yesterday's video if you want to screenshot it. These are the catalysts that are going to affect the overall market this week. Finally, Tesla. Tesla Cybertruck buzz can't keep Tesla in the green. Tesla stock assessing the Cybertruck's impact, or why Tesla Cybertruck failed to impress investors, right? A lot of bearish articles coming out on Tesla and the Tesla Cybertruck and how Tesla stock is going to dump, trading at 236 down 1.18%. Historically, Tesla also is very bearish for December. These are the two cycles that Tesla has played out the past 2 years in December, which would take us all the way down to the bottom of this trend line, right around $180. We do still have the cycle that is drawn out, which is an out of the blue cycle, a bull cycle that Bitcoin is playing out, the SPY is playing out. And all of these December cycles can very well be invalidated, and we can still be tracking to a T with what we're expecting, getting a slight retracement coming down to about 226 to 221.50 before climbing. Either way, coming into February, March of next year, I see Tesla hitting close to an all-time high. Beautiful, still in my calls. We'll let you guys know if I end up hedging. Finally, to close out the video, everyone's talking about Bitcoin broke over 41,000. I said watch for a rejection at 42,000, come and retrace at 40, and as of right now we got rejected on 42,000. We are coming down hopefully to 40 to consolidate. Otherwise we may just straight up get that run. Guys, if you are and have been thinking about entering Bitcoin, don't be late to pull the trigger. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that is what I got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Hit the like button on your way out. Go follow me on TikTok. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.